Hey Warriors, this is Blackfist from Red Blaze here with a quick review for the video game Fountains. So for Fountains, it is a top-down 2D pixelated action video game. And I did see RPG earlier, but it doesn't really fit. It's more of a mixture between Dark Souls and Hyper Light Drifter, where your power-ups actually come from what you get upgraded instead of something that actually levels with you. Fountains is an interesting video game because it mixes the dark and macabre, well, with the usual theme of a European setting. You start out as someone who's assumed to be the usurper within order of people part of the castle that know that in their own history, someone within their ranks is going to rise up and take on their gods, called the Ageless. So they have an entire prison that they stock full of others called the Usurper's Prison. And it's kind of crazy to think about it, but you actually want to think of all the legends where you dig your own grave, or you create the very destruction you come up with, and they just run with it. The truth is, while you are thrown into the jail, you wind up going around slaying different monsters until you get out of the prison. It's not too hard. All you have to do is break a few boards, go in a certain direction, face a guy who has a hook shot, and just walk to the left. Now the thing about the Usurper is that it has a basic system where you have stamina, you have your own health, and you have a magic system which is powered by water and the fountains, which are all supposed to be linked to the Fountain of Youth somewhere in the world. Now the intricate part about the map is that you go around and you have it from the beginning, just to say. You have it from the beginning where it fills out once you get to that area, otherwise it's just blocked from the map, so you can't really see anything. One of the few issues is you do have markers for the map, but you can't actually zoom in, which makes things a lot more difficult to actually find and kind of track. But it still meets almost one for one with the world. Now, when it comes to the characters, they're not really anything major other than just quick NPCs to give you exposition or to give you quests. And some of them are really funny. Like there's a group of people who are supposed to be poets, but while one is supposed to be some sort of Shakespearean enthusiast, another is actually a rapper, which is just kind of funny. But those kind of jokes are far and in between. This likes to keep to the entire thought of madness and craze that going throughout the land with the power that the Ageless have. Now, when it comes to the Usurper, it is just said that they're destined to face someone who's within their own ranks, who's going to kill them and basically take over the world. So, that's what winds up happening. You go throughout the land, find different monsters and factions fighting against each other until you get all the appropriate pieces to strengthen yourself, traverse the world, and then eventually face all the bosses. Now I'm just going to be quick on the bosses, but basically you have about 6 or 7. There's the guard, there's the amputated kraken, then there's the light bulb dude. I think his name was General Chris. Then who's actually one of the Ageless, and he beforehand actually had killed 2 of them. They were called the twins, the twin queens, because they basically, well, they ruled the castle and everything, but one died. Then there was the shapeless one in the Church of Shape, which was honestly the weirdest level because there were so many ways of actually wind up backing outside, and if there were any other, I'd say, secrets in there, I was not trying to stick around. I get annoyed when, honestly, you have it where some of your powers require the water that you need to collect, and you also collect off of your enemies. But between some of the hardest hitting enemies in the video game, a traversal level where you have to use water in a dash to get over certain obstacles, or you could use a hook shot because there are some log poles there, it doesn't become the most viable. I just went through there so I can go and face the boss. Then there was also facing Vela herself. And finally, the Goddess Insanity. And boy, let me tell you, between the last 3, I had trouble. I'll just say, they were quick, they were fast, and you need to be almost frame perfect. I started using the dash, trying to use everything that would actually give me extra water with every hit, and wanted to take them out. I love the gameplay, it is quick and fast, but for some reason when it came to the last 2 bosses, there were certain points where it started to seem like it was chugging. Now, I'm not going to pretend like I got the most high-end, high-rig video game computer out there. Nah, it's about 10 years old. But for a pixelated game and I was playing something like Sekiro on here, I'm not going to have any excuses. This game started to chug, and I started dying because of it. I changed some of the settings, fought against the last boss, and it took me almost a fortnight just to deal with them. So, what I gotta say? The game's quick, fast-paced, all swords and all killing. You have a variety of different areas that you can go see, and there's some scenery that is pretty beautiful for both being somebody's first commercial video game and for a pixelated video game at that. So I just gotta say, I recommend Fountains. I love it. I honestly don't like the last two bosses because they just piss me the hell off. But play it. And this is just me saying I give it about a 8 out of 10. So this is Black Fist from Red Blades signing out, and I'm saying play Fountains. Also, fuck the god of insanity.
Case.